Hello, welcome back. Hey, more Uminekos. Hooray! Around this time, around this week, I guess, experiment. What's wrong with me? Experiment with streaming a bit earlier than usual, so that I could sleep faster. So, yeah, just to let you know. Anyway, let's continue. AJ had made a level-headed decision. She had been told over and over again that she was a beast, not a player. In order to act like a beast and save Pastorale right now, she herself needed to become a sacrificial beast. Pastorale had to be made aware. His purpose in playing this witch's game must not be something abstract like finishing off the witch. Nah, he's having a lot of fun with the witch. He needs to win the game, and he's surrounded by waifus, so maybe he's in a happy place. He needs to win the game, he needs to release himself, and he needs to bring his family back home. Why? Because he has family, a little sister, waiting for him to come home. A being created to bring Ushinomiya Angel's voice to him. That is who Angel Beatrice is, who I am. I will use the piece I am as a sacrifice to give Oni-chan the will to fight, to give him purpose. Cool. Oni-chan, my purpose is not to play with you in a witch's game for all eternity. I came to bring you Ushinomiya Angel's mourning and sadness. That is my unshakable purpose. Okay, if this was, as I've said, I think like this word is like a dream in, I assume that it's either Pastorale or Beatrice's like comatose state or something, and they're dreaming all this somehow. So what I'm saying is that the imagination is amazing. Angel! It's not Umineko if no one's screaming. The white skinny arm holding Pastorale was pale and transparent, almost like wax. But it was stained so cruelly with fresh blood, tomato sauces.
私は消えちゃうけれど、お兄ちゃんは頑張って戦ってきっと私のところへ帰ってきてね。
Aki! It's Hello! I hope you're doing well! This is Umineko! A lot of screaming! Ah! Thank you so much for the head pass. I mean, thank you so much for the head pass! Yeah!
待ってるよ、ずっと。お兄ちゃんをもっといっぱい手助けしてあげるつもりだったのに、何もできなかった。ごめんね。
No.
いいんだ。
Call the medics!
お前は俺に教えてくれたじゃねえか。どうして俺が勝たなくちゃならないか。
Oh, so you were having fun with Beatrice and you weren't trying to win. Cool.
そして俺が絶対に勝って
Who's that?
お前のところに帰ってやらなくちゃって。
Apparently, Angel. So, Angel was brought here by Baron Casterlabs, with condition that she must not let Pastorale know that he's his sister, but Pastorale got blue screen in his mind because apparently he's not his mother's son, Ushinomiya Asumu. So she Angel used the but I am the sister. Who cares? Who's your mother? And then we're here.
俺は 何をこんなところでぼんやりと遊んでいたんだ。ああ、もうこんなところで遊んでなんかいないぞ。
Finally!
帰るからな、帰るからな。
Yeah, for
お
sure.
土産持ってきっと帰るからな。約
Souvenir.
束する。
Okay, souvenir. Beatrice's finger or something.
いらないから一つだけ約束して。
なんだよ、何でも約束する。
Come back is real. I don't believe Batola.
この手を今から離すね。痛かったでしょ。ギュッとしててごめんね。私は大丈夫だから振り返らなくていいから。だから最後にお兄ちゃんの一番かっこいいところを見せて。席を立って目の前の魔女を指さしてゲームの再開を宣言して。
God, the voice acting is so good. I can feel the emotion. Angel's hand slid and disappeared behind me. The stark marks of her fingers were left behind in the blood that had been oozing from her fingernails. But I turned around right away to take care of Angel's wounds.
エンジェ
Can we stop this soap opera already? But this is Umineko. Soap opera is in is it in the tag? Game tag? Genre? What do you call it?
エンジェ。
ああ、振り向いちゃダメって約束したのに。
True. Look at this. Like, I wish Butler is cooler protagonist.
エンジェ。
Ooh.
どこへ。
She's not real. She's a figment of your imagination, Batola-kun. Behind my chair, as though about 10 watermelons packed with blood had all been smashed. There was a sticky, puppy mountain. Oh, and around that mountain of blood and minced meat, the clothes and shoes Angel had been wearing lay crumpled as though they had been thrown off, as though a human's insides alone had been pulverized and discarded, as though Angel, who had been standing there until just a second ago, had been crushed.
エンジェ。エンジェはどこだよ。
It's okay. She's in the toilet. Yeah, she went to toilet. She's fine. The ratings, tomato sauces. She left. Pasta the pista.
エンジェはどこに消えたんだよ。おい、エンジェはどこに消えたんだよ。
The two young-looking witches said nothing, and just suddenly looked at the mountain of blood and meat and clothes. But I didn't want to accept it. I did not want to accept it.
わらわはそなたの正面でずっと見ていた。そなたの後ろでエンジェがどうなっていくか。
お前は知ってるのか。
Okay.
エンジェはどこへ行ったんだ。
Tell me more. Tell me more.
生きながら焼けたでっかいペンチで一つま親指大の大きさに全身の肉を引きちぎって捨てていくんだよ。
What? Wait. All that happened when she was saying all those cool things? Damn, she's hardcore.
わらわは見ていた。魔女の釜で真っ赤に焼かれた無数の残忍な工具がエンジェを後ろから一つまみ一つまみ肉をついばみひねり引きちぎり
Yummy.
細
No.
切れにするのを見ていた。
Not the pasta. not the pasta sauce, tomato sauces. Okay, I'll drink some tea. No.
エンジは誇っていい。兄と最後の言葉を交わすためにその苦痛の喘ぎを最後まで耐えたことを誇っていい。
Let's drink Angel's. I'm not Ushimiya Losa. I'm not gonna drink people's blood. Like, here that happened. Because, and also, first, you must treat them, you must boil them first to kill all the microbes, organisms. Yep. And for the meat, okay, let's stop there. Like, here that happened. But rolling there, on top of the mountain of flesh and clothes, was without a doubt what she had been wearing on her head, those pink bead hair ornaments. To be honest, I was thinking they were a bit too childish and didn't really suit her. And I also forgot that I gave my sister that hair bead before because I was having so much fun with Beato. So I remember them well. Why has Angel been wearing these cheap hair ornaments all this time? No, this can't be Angel. It couldn't be. Wow, even mental thought also contains screaming.
ベアとも正直ね。バトルには見えてなかったんだから。
And that's
少
good,
女に
right?
だって飛んでいったとか言ってごまかしちゃえばいいのに。
True.
お前らもそれを見ていたのか。エンジがバラバラに引きちぎられていくところを見ていたのかよ。
Whose period is that? A lot of people. Yep.
見ててそんな平然とした顔をしてたのかよ。
They're monster. That's what they are. Without answering, Baron Casterlabs Caffeinated and Zaytri looked at me like I'm an insane person. Some in pity, others in deletion. She was calling herself greater. So after what happened with Valkyria in the last game, I was thinking up until now that she might be Beato's underling. And I was making sure not to trust her even though she was on my side. And then, just as I learned that it was actually Angel, I'm not permitted to see her face. And when I turn around, I find something like this. Whoa! ご挨拶
良いではないか、妹のことなど。
What?
だと
どうせそなたは永遠にここから帰れなどせぬわ。
No.
そなたが帰らぬ世界の妹などどうなろうが知ったことではなかろうが。
No.
そなたがここで遊んでいる限り無数の世界のエンジェが孤独となり。
I'm going to end the stream earlier too. Yes, probably. I'll aim for like 3 hours.
今の最後と同じ苦痛を10年以上にもかけて薄めて強いられる。だがそんなことはどうでもいいことではないか。ここにいるそなたには見えない、観測できない、観測できない真実は赤き真実を用いねば立証できない。
Okay.
だからエンジェのその後の不幸はそなたの杞憂かもしれない。
How could you have such a nice voice with that face? I stream 25 hours per day. I wish.
案外ルドルフの遺産でのんびりと生涯働かずに暮らせてたりしてな。
I wish I could just play game 25 hours per day. Yeah. Who cares? 24 hours? Nah. 25 hours is very sad. I'll dedicate like an AI to stream as well, so it technically counts as 25 hours. That was a lie from Angel's arm. Every part of the sad world that follows had poured into me in an instant. It's all because I keep on lazing about forever and praying in a place like this. Maybe he's gonna wake up from his coma? Is that what happened? I never thought about anyone but myself. True! I had to defeat her. The main character energy is strong in this one. I have to take back my family and come back to Angel, who's waiting for me as soon as humanly possible. Because even as I hang around with the beach like this, Angel's heart continues to be torn to pieces by sadness. Oh.
お前が見たかったのはこれだよな。
What's going on? The music is a get action scene music towards the crew, who had indifferently spoken of Angel's brutal last moments slowly, and yet with all my might I pointed. Are you Mao from Tales of Rebirth?
ベアトリーチェ
That was a stutter. Objection!
ゲームの再開だ。もう俺は逃げねえし、お前も逃がさない。
望むところ。わらわはもはや逃げも隠れもできぬ。
Oh yeah, she has like a what's it called? Locks? Oh, what's it called? Metal chain tied to her leg or feet or something. Courtesy of Labrador Delta for some reason.
わらわとそなたの決着を確実につけよう。どちらかが勝つ。どちらかが敗れて滅ぶ。それ以外の結末は存在しない。
俺は勝つ。どれほどの時間をかけようと絶対にお前を打ち破る。この勝負にもう妥協も中断も不先輩もない。
For Leo, right? For sure, right? You pinky swear me, Batola-kun.
俺は逃げない。逃がさない。俺を本気で倒しに来いよ。くだらない騙しもごまかしもおかしな交流も慣れ合いも一切必要ない。お前と俺は敵同士。
Yeah!
1秒でも早く決着をつけて。俺はエンジェのところへ家族を連れ帰らなきゃならない。
揺るぎなき決、絶対の意志、人間の絶対なる意志、絶対の魔力となる。それは奇跡に通じ、それを約束する。そう、これは約束された絶対の奇跡。わらわの勝ちは100億に一つも見える。ひとかけらの奇跡も絶対になくありえぬということか。
What? Why is she depressed?
わらわの足にはいつの間にか音もなく、もう片方の足にも冷たく頑丈な鎖が絡みつき、この椅子に縛り付けている。わらわに残されたる運命はバトラに殺され敗北することか。
What's that background? Like instrument that sounds like a World War II radio. In the like the background of the music.
それを拒み、永遠に引き分けを繰り返すことのみ。いや、殺されるための心の整理がつくまで引き分けを繰り返すの間違い。
She's really different from episode like the end. Sorry, the tea party in episode 1. Like she was like, ha ha ha, I'm gonna make you believe in witches, impenitent man, and now she's like, oh no, we're gonna die.
いずれにせよ、敗れるためだけに戦わねばならぬ。もう永遠の鎖はわらわを縛り付けた。
Isn't that like a what's it called tacit acceptance that there's actually no witch? Because if that's witch, then you can't lose, right?
そしてバトラもまたわらわを逃さない。
Well, you started it,
み
Beato.
っともなく許しを請うか、同情を請うために 哀れみの心に訴えかけるか。なりふり構わず土下座して。鎖のせいでそれも叶わぬ。チェックメイト。これは完全なる爪だ。
What is going on? Why are you monologuing?
だがわらわは黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェ。黄金鏡に君臨したる黄金の魔王。敗れるための戦いであってもわらわにはふさわしき態度がある。
So if he wins, would his family just pops up out of nowhere or
そ
something?
してわらわにはわらわにふさわしき散り際を飾る権利がある。わらわとて同じそなたに我が魔法を存在を認めさせてこの島に黄金鏡の扉を開く。そなたはその最初の茶会の主賓となるだろう。
Cool.
そなた以外は全員がすでに揃っているぞ。
Last time the party was involved goats eating people, isn't it?
主賓の到着が遅れているからいつまでも茶会が開けない。
Nah, don't wait for me. You just start on your own. It's okay.
そなたの父親も母親もいとこたちもみんなお前の到着を待ちくたびれているぞ。
Right.
上等だぜ。まったくにもって上等だ。何が魔法だ、何が魔女だ。お前との遊びはこれまでだ。
Yeah, tell her.
行くぞベアトリーチェ。
For sure this time.
存分に来るがよいぞ。妥協も中断も不先輩もない。どちらかが勝ちどちらかが滅ぶ。
Can we move on now? I feel like they've been saying this like I will win, and the other guy would be like, yeah, I too will win, and then they do this like I don't know, like 10 minutes.
お前に負ける意志がないという
Oh my god.
わらわを倒すしかない。殺すしかない。
Get on with it. You husband or wife couple.
しかしわらわもむざむざと殺されはしない。
I thought you said that
わら
before.
わにふさわしき最後をそなたが用意できるまで抵抗を繰り返すことができる。そなたにそれができるか。
Yes.
できるだろ
Oh, thank
う。
you.
必ずできるさ。来い。殺し。
Wow, that's depressing.
やりにくいか。
Yes. God, I love that face. She looks like a hamster.
ならばいつもの調子でいこう。
Ooh.
殺されるかよ。せめて勝てなくてもお前に勝ちを譲らない程度の嫌がらせはできるんだぜ。ほう、いい面構えだ。
Maybe she create this game, all these games to have fun with Pastorale because she left Pastorale. It's so weird.
殺してみろ
Oh, wow.
殺してみろよ後ろ宮バトラー。うわ
Umineko when they cries. What was that? What a weird ending there. She's really different from. I wonder how it would go without Berin Casterlabs and Lambuta Delta intervention. Like, are they gonna play with themselves in eternity? New elements added. Thank you. So strange. What happened if I do I continue or start? Tea party. Please pull up a chair and wind down. Was your sojourn on Lokingima as present one? No, the Golden Witch has gifted you an invitation to her tea party. I hope that you will participate. I wish I could just skip, but okay. Nice! Tea party. Have you brought your teas? I have some tea. Second day, October 5th, 1986. Wait, when is this? Oh yeah, what happened to the murder? Woo! Wow, I'm speed! Okay. I think everyone died except Malia and Batola. I don't have a clue what to make of all this. Please, someone explain what happened yesterday in a way that I can understand. I continued helping myself to the food in the Manchon's kitchen. That massive commercial refrigerator had everything. I could eat and drink as much as I liked. And the last supper before execution. I'd have more than enough to eat even if the typhoon didn't clear up for a week. With a bottle in one hand, half of which I'd already drunk, I helped myself to some sliced ham. No, it's a tea party. You can't have that. I wonder just how expensive this stuff is. Man, you ingredients are out of luck. If only you'd had Godasan cook you, you could have been reborn as much more incredible food. I looked at the clock. Very soon, it would be midnight. October 5th, the second day would end. The insanity of yesterday's October 4th didn't seem real. Wait, did she not? Oh, sorry. Did he, Batola, not go to Kinso's room to check Beatrice? The one who gave all those questions? That was how little had happened after my so-called test. Nothing was happening. No phone calls, no letters, no one coming to see me, no one coming to attack me. Not a goddamn thing. Give me back all the time and energy I wasted being on edge. An entire day, a full 24 hours, and absolutely nothing happened. And I'm sure that nothing will continue to happen as well. Is he drunk? A full 24 hours ago, I was called to the front of the mansion by Beatrice. There, I was given some kind of weird test to do with determining the successor to the head or something. I gave a serious answer in my own way, but unfortunately we just didn't seem to be getting each other. Oh, has she made a face? Beatrice got bent out of shape for no reason and stopped talking to me. I yelled at her to say something, but she wouldn't say a word. Then I asked where Malia was, and she just told me to go to the chapel and went away. Oh no. Oh no. I mean, oh yeah! Excellent! Thank you! Thank you! What an astounding anticlimax. Stupid as it was still a test, so at least tell me whether I've passed or failed for hell's sake. What is she trying to say? Good work. Your results will be mailed to you later or something. That's cool. Annoying person. In any case, I then headed to the chapel. Both Georgie, Aniki, and Jessica had been killed after failing the test. I couldn't let Maria be killed too. Yes, you can. What? Besides, I thought this could be a chance to catch whoever it was while they were in the process of trying to kill Malia. When I was young, Jessica often told me that I'd get into trouble if I went near the chapel. So I'd never been there, but I at least knew where it was. I couldn't sense anyone there, and I trust my sense because I'm a magician. But there was a bundle of keys lying in front of the door. I thought this might be a message to open the door to the chapel. But after trying all the keys, I found that none of them fit. Oh, that's weird. I also called Mari's name, but there was no answer whatsoever. Maybe she killed herself. It happened. I searched around the chapel, but there was a limit to what I could do in the pitch black with just a flashlight. I realized that this key bundle might be a set of master keys, which could possibly open the door to the mansion. Finding no sign of Malia, I returned to the mansion. Wait, what? What about the kids? What? I thought he was in the mansion because of the kitchen. The mansion was wrapped in silence and in a horrible stench. Did Kinso got burned? Still, it's pretty amazing how good humans are at adapting. Technically, the smell was still pervading the entire mansion, but I'd grown completely used to it and stopped minding it by this point. It didn't feel like anything more than any old house where someone had burned some meat. Nom 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 nom. The stench knocked me back on first entering, but I ignored it and decided to head to the dining hall. Who's gonna die there? And it were where I found all those corpses that were in such a sorry state that Goda-san and Kumasawa-san had hesitated to speak of them in any detail. Okay, that updated so fast. Oh, wow. Okay, wait, I don't remember. What was it again? Before going to this room. I think we found his corpse way before the mansion. Just him, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 people. Fair enough. Ushinomiya Nasuhi, corpse discovered in the dining hall. Her head was half destroyed. It seems reasonable to think that she was murdered with something like a powerful gun. However, the witnesses don't believe that she was killed with a gun. Right. Okay, it's the same. Murdered with something like a powerful gun. Gun! Oh, the guns. Okay. I guess they got teleported to Battlefield 6. They were the remains of the very first victims, Nasuhi and the rest. Each of them had half their head dramatically splattered out, and it was such a gruesome sight that even without knowing a thing about examining corpses, I could pronounce them 100% dead. Can you now? Maybe a perfect makeup happened. And on top of that, the remaining half of their faces were left like normal, so it was even easy to identify them. That really pulled out all the stops for these corpses. And finally, the bodies here weren't just the seeds of the first twilight. They had grown in number and included one more. Oh, okay. Oh, no. I assume that she didn't got shot. Corpse discovered in the dining hall are able to locate any notable external wounds. Bucolic speculated that it may have been some type of poisoning, the most peaceful method of inviting a person to the golden land. Or maybe she faked her death. Maybe she's the real murderer in this game. She was lying next to Anlosa as though sleeping alongside her. I cried at the death of an innocent young girl. She's far from innocent though, and at that cruel way my dad and the others had died. I ran about the mansion, swinging my headstand, spear, yelling, "Come out here, you bastard!" But there was absolutely no sign of anyone else. Thinking that they might be hiding somewhere and scheming to attack me from behind, I went around searching for possible hiding places under the table, under the bed, in the closet. Sometimes being cautious, sometimes intentionally letting my guard down, trying all kinds of things, but in the end, not so much as a kitten appeared. Did the murderer kill themselves? What's going on? A mystery. Then morning came. My tension and fatigue mixed together with my drowsiness made for the worst kind of dawn. Ooh. humans are pretty incredible, even though I didn't know where the hell the murderer was hiding. I was prioritizing drowsiness and fatigue over worrying for my own life. By this time, I was starting to feel pretty ridiculous. I had walked around the mansion for a full 6 hours until dawn broke, yelling at them to show themselves. It was their strategy. They can't fight you one-on-one. They want you to get tired and kill you in your sleep. I had done a painstaking search, tired myself out, and even let my guard down. Still, no one was coming to attack me. And so at that point, I just said, screw it, do whatever you want. The boat wouldn't come until the typhoon passed. They were saying on TV that it wouldn't pass until tomorrow, so I had a whole day to waste. The idea of just lazing about didn't seem very appealing. What do you mean? I want to laze in the mansion with food and TV. So even though I knew it would probably make the police mad, I decided to play detective a bit. Okay. First, the dining hall where the very first murders occurred. The 6 who were killed in the beginning really were beautiful to look at. Okay, the weapon, that's your family, by the way. The weapon was probably a gun. Maybe the heads were split by something powerful, like a magnum bullet, or a shotgun, or a Winchester. That seemed like worried listening. Or maybe it's an anti-tank gun. In comparison, Malia, who was the 7th body, had died in a far better and cleaner way. What does that mean? At a glance, there were no external wounds, and it wasn't clear how she had been killed. Okay, let me guess. The previous game, she died from strangulation, so maybe this time as well? But there were signs that bubbles had been forming from her mouth. Oh, so poison? There's actually poison in this episode? And it looked like a typical death by poisoning that you might see on a TV drama. No, she died when she was brushing her teeth. Wasn't Maria caught out to the chapel and given her a test there? Then why is she here in the corpse-filled dining hall, lying next to her mother, dead? Assuming that the cause of death was poison, who gave it to her? Her clothes, undisturbed at all. It's hard to imagine that she was possibly pushed down and given an injection of poison. Wait, can you tell from that? It's probably better to assume that she was given a poison capsule or something and made to swallow it. I assume that she swallowed it willingly. Look, Maria, it's your favorite cotton candy or something. The said, compared to the violently mutilated corpses scattered about this room, Maria's corpse was far too clean. With a gun, all you need to do is pull the trigger. But poison, whether injected or made to be swallowed, would take a lot more effort. Or maybe it was Losa, as her mother made her take the pills. Bearing in mind the culprit's brutal nature too, I felt that Maria's death alone had clearly been given special treatment. Without love, it can be seen. Why was Maria alone given a sleep like death? She was killed, so in the sense, I still felt very sorry for her. There can be no doubt about that, because she faked her death. She's not deaf. Try slapping her. But for some reason, the manner of Maria's murder in particular seemed very courteous to me. Yeah, every episode that someone die, in like strange way compared to the others, it seems that they faked their death. So maybe this time as well. Maria had her hands joined on her chest in the way that the dead often do. Did Maria do that herself before dying? Isn't this usually something done by someone else after the person dies? Maria was resting in peace as though sleeping together with her mother, whose head was half crushed. For some reason, the contrast really bugged me. there are probably a lot of mysteries surrounding Maria's death, starting with the cause. And more than anything else, the biggest mystery of this dining hall was the pitfalls. The pitfalls that both Uncle Krause's group and Godasan's had mentioned. After 6 had been killed, 5 more had fallen through pitfalls and been captured. What are pitfalls? And then enter the Wikipedia. No, those things that suddenly open and you fall through them, right? The floor was firmly laid with a majestic, if a bit worn-out carpet. It was clearly a single piece. If pitfalls are meant to open up in it, there would have to be a seam in that one place. Is that necessary? And anyway, if there was some trick like a pitfall, wouldn't it creak when you walk on it? It's a very thick floor. Yeah. No matter how much I walk over or land my hands over the carpet, I just couldn't imagine that a pitfall was hidden here. Wow. In the first place, it would be one thing if a single person had fallen, but it was a full 5 people. From what I could piece together from all of their stories, each one of them had fallen from a different location. So at the very least, there had to be 5 separate places concealing pitfalls. That's true. So what does this mean? I don't remember what I said that time, but I think I assumed that there was some sleeping pills involved, and there we go. Oh, maybe. Oh, I think I said that as well. I think the group that I think at least one of the people in the underground basement group, I think they are one of the culprits as well. So they could be like, yeah, I feel a sensation of falling down, which I think is just sleeping pills. But then they said, that must be a pitfall, for sure. So there'd be a single button press. You could open up a pitfall in the location of your choice. Some kind of contraption like that. That kind of ridiculous mechanism would be surprising, even in a ninja mansion. But even so, if that and the rest heard about this, maybe they say, I wouldn't put it past grandfather, you bet he'll do this, he will make this. So he would do anything except exploring the entire island. Cool. In the event, I didn't learn anything more than that from the dining hall. Do the pitfalls not exist? Or do they exist, but I just can't find them? Amateur that I am. I can't say for sure, since they claim that the pitfalls were there. I can't ignore the pitfalls even if I can't find them. Just use Bluetooth or something. The next ones to be killed have been Jessica and Georgie Aniki. I'd already discovered Georgie Aniki when I was called out for my test. Hear me? He was called out to the arbor in the Lost Garden and shot Head in the forehead, probably with a gun. Oh, wow, that was creepy. Or 7. He fought bravely. Or maybe not, if there's no magic. As for Jessica, she was called to her own room on the 2nd floor of the mansion. I found the door to her room locked. Were they called at the same time? Does that mean there are 2 culprits, at least? I found the door to her room locked, but that wasn't a problem at all since I had the master keys. No! Oh wow, she got headshotted as well? And the inside of the room was horrible, but the corpse was nothing. I hadn't already familiarized myself in the dining hall, so I built up a bit of an immunity. The phone receiver was dangling off the hook. Was she killed while on the phone with me? Jessica was leaning against the wall right next to it, with half of her head splattered out. Corpse discovered in her own room on the second floor of the mansion. It was half destroyed. She reasoned to think she was murdered with something like a powerful gun, destroyed herself with her own strike, with George's counter-attacking type barrier. Okay, why does the second paragraph involve magic? But the first one seems ground in the auditor. As far as I could tell by looking at the scene, it looked as though she had been killed while on the phone. In that case, had the culprit been there before her eyes? I hadn't gotten the impression from Jessica's voice over the phone. Yeah, that's the weird part. That's why I thought that maybe Jessica thought it was a prank. So she was like, okay, well, I'll say what you wanna say, Mr. Mrs. Culprit. Oh, you say that's magic? Okay, I'll tell him that. Yeah, why not? Right? Good party. I guess good hazing party for Ushiramiya Batola. Yep. We're gonna have fun. She thought. I'm pretty sure, Jessica said. They got me. It's probably best to assume that she had already received a fatal wound at the time of the phone call. That's right. She also said this.
バトラが来た時には私は頭を半分ぶちまけた死体だよ。
Okay, if she just said that, I would think that she was given a chance to. No, it's weird. I thought she was giving. If it's just this sentence, I would just think that she was given a chance to leave some last word. But what if she said that, Patara, the culprit is actually, I don't know, Shannon, Canon, people, or something? Then the plan is ruined at that point. And she says about magic as well, so I guess so that's why I think that she thought that they were pranking him. Yes, she definitely said that. From what I could tell by looking at Jessica's corpse, there were no wounds on her other than the damage to her head. Then she was injured seriously enough that she steeled herself for death and then died halfway through the phone call. But it feels like with the way she was talking on the phone, she was out of danger for the time being. Right, I agree. You shouldn't be able to have a casual conversation over the phone if the killer is right in front of you. True. So did the culprit come partway through the phone call and kill her? Or maybe it's like a big hint that the culprit is someone she knows. Oh. I mean, we knew. But for some people, I guess. No, that can't be right. After all, this room was locked. No, like hell that counts for anything. Yeah, master key and stuff. If the culprit has stolen a master key from one of the victims, the fact that it was locked is meaningless. But there are no external wounds other than her head. In which case, should I assume the fatal wound she was prepared to die from and the actual wound that destroyed her head were two different events? I thought they are the same. Or both of them made to the same part of the body. Nah. In other words, Jessica was struck severely to the head and received an incredibly bad wound. Then, do you think she got discombobulated while on the call? I'm not sure. And either lost consciousness or died while on the phone. Then the culprit came and destroyed her head for real or something. Well, that part is kind of true. That was so goofy. After being called to this room, Jessica was attacked by the culprit and seriously injured. And the culprit thought they killed her and went away for the time being. But then Jessica miraculously started breathing again and called me with a literal dying message. What about magic? Did you forget about the magic that she kept saying? Then the culprit realized that they had failed in killing her and rushed back to deliver the final blow to Jessica, who had lost consciousness from massive blood loss. Headshot. That seemed to make sense, more or less, except for how Jessica was able to accurately predict the form of the final blow. She's like, okay, I don't know where they're gonna shoot me, but when they aim their gun at me, I'm gonna angle my head so that the fatal wound would be to the head, as I described. Yeah, I'm a pro gamer. And there was one more thing that bugged me about the phone call from Jessica. Jessica said this.
正人兄さんもダメだった。ありゃ即死だ。
She said it almost as though she had witnessed Georgie Aniki being killed. But while you certainly could see the lost garden from the window in Jessica's room, the arbor that Georgie Aniki had been caught out to was very far away. You could only just make out the roof. Add on the fact that it was the night of the typhoon, and it's very hard to imagine that she was able to witness everything that happened by the arbor from this window. Okay. I thought they moved the corpse, but I guess that's not possible because that would leave like blood trails, right, from the moving. So I guess that did not happen. I guess they got killed where their corpses are. Hear me. And most important of all, Jessica left before Georgie Aniki, so she shouldn't have known that Georgie Aniki's test had taken place by the arbor. Yeah, I guess someone feed her the script and convinced her that it's a prank. How did Jessica know that Georgie Aniki had been killed? Because she did not. She did not. English. Then in the course of my search of the entire mansion, waifu no, I found Kire-san's corpse as well. Wait, what? Why did she die? Corpse discovered. Ooh, headshot. That was nasty. In the guest room inside the mansion, there was a single hole right in the center of the forehead. Seems reasonable to think that she was shot with a gun or something. A demon stake was slammed into her forehead, but it's difficult to imagine that this was the cause of death. I didn't miss. I missed on purpose to torment her. Nyeh. Okay, Papyrus. She was in an old guest room tucked away from the first floor. Why was she there? Did she actually escape from the room? Okay. I think Jessica died before Georgie. Right? Because Jessica got caught out first. So I think it's possible that this episode involves some well, as usual, I think, like confused, intentional misleading of the order of deaths, I guess. This was where all of us relatives used to stay before the guest house was built. The situation with Kire-san was just like Jessica's. She was probably killed during her phone call with me. Okay, so I was a bit disappointed in her though. I thought she would be more clever, that it wasn't a prank or something. The receiver was hanging untidily, and Kire-san was collapsed beside it. But the way she had been killed was very different from Jessica. Wait, what? Really? I thought it's the same. Yeah, single hole. How different was it? Her head wasn't smashed. Instead, something like a stake with an occult-like design was buried into her forehead. Wait, she didn't got shot? What? Single hole right in the center. Is it as big as her head was half destroyed, but she was not? What? Okay, why does some people have, yeah, that, why does some people have the black hole, but some people don't have that? Only Georgie and Kirisan have that? What does that mean? Does it have smash in this case as well? Wait. Okay, these people said head half destroyed, but these two person have no such line to describe that the head was half destroyed. Did they fake their death or something? Why two of them? Why these two? Why not? If Kira was the murderer, then why wasn't it Ludolfu who's in on it too? I'm so confused. So she's faking her death? She's the culprit? Because so far she's the weirdest, well, besides Maria, the weirdest person, the dying circumstances with this. That's what I want to say. It was too gruesome for me, so I put it out. Oh, okay. Well, wait, so she actually died? Oh, huh. Okay. It was only after putting it that I realized that this might get me into trouble with the police later. Okay, let me take some 3 minutes break to rest my voice. Because, yep, it keeps happening. I couldn't breathe if I talk for too long. So, I'll play the free geocacher meanwhile, while not talking much. So, see you in 3 minutes. Oh, I wish I know which one is that. I feel like each country would have different graffiti. Hooray! Hooray! He's happy. Well, they were wearing hijabs, so maybe some Malaysia? Somewhere? Damn. Okay, fine. You win. Anyway, let's continue. It's 3 minutes. Almost 3 minutes. So even though it was probably a little late now, I laid it by Kirisan's side. Its tip was sharp and stained with enough blood that it must have penetrated fully to the brain. Can you make it seem like it penetrate your head without actually penetrate the head? Like, yeah, blood can be faked, so that doesn't matter. Magical, retractable, stake, maybe? I think the weirdest thing is that she's the only one with a stake in her head. That's why I'm inclined to think that she's faking her death. But why Rudolfo died then? Why did he die? Like, aren't they supposed to be live for life or something? Although that would if Claire was the culprit, it does explain how Bartola haven't died yet, because, you know, family comes first or something. I didn't know what kind of metal it was made of, but it was about as heavy as a paperweight. Certainly, if you were stabbed all out with something like this, it may cause a terrible wound. I probably understood what this stake meant. Yeah, I know this. It's the method of killing from the fourth twilight onwards in the witch's epitaph. Oh, so can we expect... Wait, what about Kumasawa and the others? Goda, did they got stabbed with a stake as well? The gouge with a stake and kill thing, probably. However, the human skull is very hard. Even with all one strength, could you really pierce through it this sharply? No. The way I listened it, the stake wasn't the cause of death. It was just used to damage the corpse after death. She was probably killed by being shot with a gun or something, like Georgie Aniki, and the stake was stuck into the hole left by the gun. Thinking about it that way, everything works out. But was Kirisan really killed with a gun? Okay, maybe she's more stranger than other corpses. Never mind, she had said this on the phone as well. Kirisan was under attack, even though she was holed up inside a locked room. And this room actually was locked. And she had said something about a golden thread-like thing flying in through the keyhole and attacking her. Suspicious. Wait, what keyhole? There's no keyhole in this picture. What? Why did they not draw a keyhole in here? How strange. She has said something about a golden... Oh wait, I added that. And in fact, there were 4 places around Kirisan's corpse with holes that could have been caused by some kind of attack. Okay. What? So someone was having the same aiming skill as I am in Battlefield. What? But still, a golden thread attacked her through the keyhole. Do you think she shot herself to make it seem like she's the victim? I look at the door from Kirisan's perspective. If it had been one of those old locks like you see in old mystery movies where you can peek through to the other side, then you could understand that something might potentially have come through it. But even though the doors in this mansion were old-fashioned, the locks were the familiar average cylinder style that you could find in any normal house. In other words, there was no hole going all the way through by construction. Yeah, maybe they shot randomly through the door. Wait, was there any hole in the door from the gunshot? No? Apparently not, because he didn't say anything. So no matter how thin an object it might have been, it's impossible to imagine that it could have penetrated through the keyhole from the outside and attacked her. Cylinder lock. Keyhole? But Kide-san had definitely said that something like a golden thread had flown in through the keyhole and spun around and around, aiming for her, attacking her. Wait, she said that she got shot a lot as well. So, nah, maybe the culprit told her to say that. I don't know. But I think I give more weight for her to be the actual culprit and faking her death or something. A golden thread attacking to the keyhole. I couldn't understand what it meant at all. Me too. Wait, actually, maybe the golden thread was Liu, Lamau. Kira-san predicted that I probably wouldn't be able to understand all this. And not just Kira-san, Jessica said it over the phone too. No, since the very beginning, from the time we talked with Goda-san and Kumasawa-san and got the phone call from Alka Krause's group, everyone has been saying the same consistent thing. Oji-san is summoning witches and demons and killing people with magic. We witnessed it happening with our very own eyes. No tricks, no illusions. Right, no choice but to believe it. They all said it with one voice. When that mysterious woman calling herself Beatrice appeared, even I pretty much believed that she was a Liu witch and might start summoning god monsters like I left. However, after being left alone for a whole day, once my feeling of tension faded completely, I had a level enough head to think that this was way too stupid to possibly be true, in that extraordinary situation where their lives were exposed to danger. Did they just lose their heads a little and mistakenly think that a witch was attacking them with magic? Now that is hard. What if... What if the 6 people at the start didn't die? Like... Maybe everyone gather around and be like, guys, we gonna prank the children good. We're gonna tell them that some magic happened. Alright? Now everyone to your station. We're gonna make some phone calls. Blah blah blah. Oh, but wait, you 6 people stay in the dining hall. We're gonna do something more fun. Bang bang bang! Or something. But multiple people testified to the same effect, and on top of that, none of their opinions contradicted one another. If it had been a single person's statement, I'd be able to suspect that they just didn't say what they thought they saw. But doing that now is pretty difficult. Oh, there's not a lot of magic circle. Was it? In this game? I mean, in this episode. Interesting. Maybe the culprit just don't care this time. Then right next to the back door, I found Uncle Krause with his head half destroyed. Okay, this one half destroyed. This one don't have the half destroyed. You see what I mean when I say it's strange? Of course, this cover in the vicinity of the mansion's back entrance. His head was half destroyed. It seems reasonable to think that he was murdered with something like a powerful gun, a demon stick. Oh, you too? Was rammed into the destroyed portion of his head. None can escape the Shesta's golden arrows. Okay, but why does she not have the half destroyed thing? Even though he escaped the dungeon of Kuwadorian and somehow made it out of the secret underground passage and all the way here, he was killed, buried into the gruesome cross-section of his half-destroyed head was a stake with an occult design, just like the one that was driven into Kire-san's forehead. And in this situation, it was very hard to imagine that this stake was a murder weapon. He was killed with a powerful gun, like the 6 in the dining hall. And after death, He was stuck with a stake like Kire-san. I wonder if the golden threads that Kire-san spoke of attack Uncle Klaus too. Does there exist some kind of tool, like an okay, endoscope, which is very thin but can be moved about at will, and that can also attack people? Ooh, no way! I've never even heard of anything like that. But even so, if I voiced the suspicion to one of my relatives, perhaps they would say, I wouldn't put it past grandfather to make one. Yeah, he can do anything. Since I can't refute the existence of a golden thread X that can be moved at will and attack people, my only options are either to accept this completely incomprehensible weapon, or else to accept that these murders were committed with magic. No, that's a cop-out, isn't it? To find the next corpse, I had to go out through the back door and search around outside a bit. My eyes! Is it morning already? No? Okay. What the? What is this? Inuyasha's well? Behind the mansion, in the white-grown bushes that were almost swallowed up by the forest, there was something like an old well. How did you find this? What? Typhoon, no! And right next to it were the corpses of Dr. Nancho and Shannon-chan. No! What the? That's a different death. Corpse discovered behind the mansion. His head was half destroyed. It seems reasonable to think that he was shot with a gun or something. A demon stake was lying next to the corpse. Okay, so I think... Okay, maybe Kire-san actually got killed. Whoops. Oh, maybe she got smart. Nah, but why would she say about golden thread? If she knew who the culprit was. Okay. Corpse discovered behind the mansion. Her head was half destroyed. It seems reasonable to think that she was shot with a gun or something, but why is it different from other people? The mistake was lying next to the corpse. The witnesses understand one thing at least. It was not the stake that killed her. Both corpses had their heads smashed, and there was a stake lying right next to each of their destroyed heads, though they weren't stuck in. All of the corpses were atrocious, but having to look directly at Shannon-chan's left lip face, half of which was blown off, was very painful. Then there was the well, inside which, I was told, was a secret underground passage to the mysterious mansion Cummins. Okay, can it be open? By this time, I was beginning to think that Beatrice and her accomplices might have used this underground passage to leave for Cummins. There were supposedly 10 or more of these guys, and I hadn't seen hide nor hair of any of them. It made a hell of a lot of sense to think they'd already escaped somewhere else. Bloody terrorist channel network, right there. They had this typhoon to contend with. Oh, okay, well, can the well be open? They couldn't go out to sea. Same for the forest. There was no way they could traverse such a deep, uncultivated forest on foot. Okay, if Ushinomiya were that rich, why can't they just make like an underground passageway under ocean floor, then make their personal tram or train just for traveling between the island and the mainland? Right? I mean, I think he's rich. In that case, like, why boats are slow and the limitation of the typhoon, right? Fake rich people, that is. In that case, there was only one place for them to go, the mysterious hidden mansion, Cummins, the secret underground passage at the bottom of the well. By this time, I had entirely lost my fear of being killed if I happened to come across the enemy. screwing with me like this. This time, I'll march into your mansion.
なんだこりゃ。
Don't tell me that it can't be open.
ちくしょう。
What? The old well had a firm cover on it. That cover was an iron grill. The gaps between the bars were perhaps 20 centimeters square. You could peer inside, but it really wasn't something a human could pass through. If I had known better, I wouldn't have thought it to be anything more than a simple cover to protect against falling in. But from what Kide-san had told me, I knew that it had been made to prevent intruders from entering the secret underground passage at the bottom. Then what was it for? This well. But the cover was fixed in place extremely firmly, and no matter how much I pushed or pulled, I couldn't even get close to removing it. You're telling me that the entire underground sequence was not real? No. What about the god backstory? No. I've been lied to. We've been bamboozled. I couldn't find any obvious lock. Maybe it was sealed by some mechanism. But no matter how much I investigated it, I couldn't find anything to release it. Was it like molded into the concrete? The underground passage in this well is the biggest piece of information I have, and apparently it was a lie that Kide-san gambled her last moments trying to tell me about.
こんな蓋程度で俺を阻めると思うんじゃねえぜ。こいつをぶち壊してやる。
Okay, try your best.
その道具を探そう。
I had an idea of where to get one, because I seen the various tools in the gathering shed when we locked Goda-san and Kumasawa-san in there. Oh god, not this again. But the shutter to the garden shed was locked. On top of that, the key was with Goda-san, who was inside, dead. In other words, this gardening storehouse was a locked room. There was no way to open it from the outside. In that case, I would have to break the shutter. I wonder if there's a tool for that somewhere. What is this? Nancy Drew? It kind of felt like I was going in circles. Circle, you say? Then, while searching for that, I learned that the source of the stench that had been permeating the mansion this whole time was the underground boiler room. Ooh, the boiler room was dimly lit, humid, had a terrible stench, and on top of that was incredibly creepy. Ooh, but there were several large tools there. Why? And I was able to find a fire hatchet and a massive board cutter. Okay, that works. And grandfather's corpse too. Surprise! To no one. Burnt corpse from incinerator in the underground boiler room. Okay. When did he actually die? Like, was it like 2 years ago? How did they still, like, preserve the corpse for this? As there were no signs that she fought to get out of the incinerator, it seems reasonable to think that he was burned after he was murdered. Dust to dust, ashes to ashes, the dead to the dead. That sounds pretty cool. Sorry, one more time. No, strictly speaking, I should probably say that I found a burnt corpse of a person who was probably grandfather. His toe fingers. Someone's corpse had been stuffed into the blazing fires of the boiler. However, by coincidence, I was able to notice of course, notice the number of toes on the corpse. Both feet had 6 toes. Yeah. Actually, I might have heard that from Dad at some point long ago. Something about grandfather having polydactyly with extra toes. It was apparently an old Ushinomiya tradition for people with extra fingers or toes to be treated as a good omen, saying they had good fortune or something. And that's why grandfather was elected to be the next head or something along those lines. I thought he was... Wait, There was an earthquake. Everyone dies. I thought he got selected to be a figurehead. But I wonder if I can be certain this is grandfather's body just from the number of toes. After all, grandfather was supposed to be the leader of the group of culprits. I don't have a clue why he'd be dead and stuffed in the boiler in a place like this. There are no honor among thieves. A mysterious corpse burning and belching out a terrible stench amid the flames. If it really was grandfather, did that mean that the leader of the group of culprits wasn't grandfather, but that Beatrice after all? Grandfather was used because he was convenient and was then thrown away at the end. Unfortunately, it didn't look like I'd been given a chance to hear grandfather's explanation. Yeah, I think he's dead. Way before this year. Yep. Now that I had obtained a tool, I thought about immediately taking on the cover to the well. But I decided to break the shutter to the gunning shed first. I had plenty of time to kill anyway. I thought I should check on the condition of Koda-san and Kumasawa-san's corpses. Ow! My eyes! I hit the shutter with the hatchet, breaking into it. Can you do that? Stuck the board cutter into the crack and scissored it around, opening up a hole. No. Then I came face to face with Koda-san and Kumasawa-san's corpses once more. Oh my god, so many people dying. Corpse, Wait, he got shot as well? Wait, they got shot as well? Interesting. Quartz discovered in the Lost Garden storehouse hypothesized that he was shot in the forehead and then strung up by his neck. Damn, that's a lot of headshots. Which surprisingly means they somehow missed the shot for her? Okay. Maybe she was way smart. They themselves put their necks in the nooses. It was an interesting experience to try on occasion. Why don't you try that first? Okay, same. Okay. As a result, I learned some new facts. First, they did not die by being hanged. Maybe they hanged and then got shot. Who knows? Their feet were solidly on the floor. They were just doing this to confuse you. Yep. They knew that you were playing games with Beatrice. Let me drink some tea. And both their foreheads showed signs that they had been shot with a gun. But I thought about what a normal noose was like. The lobe seemed considerably on the long side. What does that mean? On top of that, the length was different on each to match the height of each person. Sorry. In other words, the lengths had been adjusted so that both Koda-san, who was tall, and Kumasawa-san, who was short, had their feet solidly but barely on the ground. Also, while the lobes carried both their weights as their heads low, both of them had some slack below their knees. This meant that if they stood upright with these nooses around their necks, there would be some extra length. In other words, these lobes were a bit unsuitable to hang someone with. Okay, that's cool. Cool detail. The direct cause of death was probably the shot to the head. Wow, go figure. It was gruesome. The insides were still dripping out from the deep holes, staining their faces a deep red. Then they were hung up by their necks and left on display. It probably makes the most sense. Yeah, if they were shot with a gun, they would probably have been lying down on the floor. If that had been the case, you wouldn't have been able to tell they were dead by peeking through the window. The mountain of stuff would have gotten in the way, so if they had been lying down, they would have been hidden. To make the depths of this too known to the rest of us who couldn't get inside, they had to hang them like this so we can tell from the outside. Why? Was this to get back at us for thinking that the two of them would surely be safe if we left the key with them? I wonder whether the shutter key we gave Koda-san we should have ensured their safety is now. The key was in his trouser pocket. Oh, okay. I thought what transpired was that they went inside, shooty, then hang the people, then take the key from Goda, go outside, cross the shutter, lock the shutter, then throw the key into through the window inside, which would make the thing not be inside the trouser. Okay, now I have no idea how it actually transpired. The garden shed key had been kindly left there, and even the tag was still attached. No, I have no idea. In other words, the gardening storehouse was a locked room after all. Damn, it actually is, because I don't know how it works. How can we make the key, like, leave them in his trouser? And that gave rise to another question. Because this hanging was inexplicable. If they hadn't committed suicide, then the nooses were set up by the culprit. It may have been possible to shoot them through the window, but I really can't imagine that someone could have tied two loaves to the beam from the outside. Yeah. Damn, this is hard. And on top of that, they would have had to lift up the heavy corpses. There's just no way. In other words, to do all of this, they would have had to go inside, but the key was in Koda-san's pocket and the shutter was still locked. In other words, the gardening storehouse was a locked room. How did it get inside his trouser after opening? Curse. Koda-san has said that there was only one key for this shutter. Yeah, so apparently there's no duplicate. Duplicate. Yeah. But it's possible that there was a copy and that the culprit was in possession of it. Well, if we assume that, then yeah, that will be easy. But what if we just say there's no copy? What can we do if there's no copy? If we are allowed to theorize that there were actually multiple gardening storehouse keys and that Koda-san just didn't know about them, then this isn't even close to a locked room. But why is it that despite the fact that almost all of the other corpses were shot to death and left almost completely alone, these two corpses alone were intentionally hoisted up? What was the... When did Batola knew about the death? Maybe it was intentional to get Batola to realize that they're deaf. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe they don't have to get inside. I forgot about my own reasoning. Everyone thought it's a prank. So, it explained everything. Okay, so the nooses were intentionally tied so that they could actually stand on the floor. So they themselves hang themselves, but not to kill themselves, but to play a prank. I think that time when Batola saw, well, maybe not, but it doesn't matter. The point is, they thought it's a prank. So let's tie ourselves up. Batola or someone else is coming here soon. So we tie ourselves up to make them think that we died, to up the ante. It'll be fun. A fun time with family. Yep. But we're gonna tie the noose so long that we can stand on the floor. But someone came and shoot them through the window while they're hanging in the shed. It explained everything. There we go. Ooh, phew. Lock room destroyed. Courtesy of myself. Phew. That was close. Ooh, dodged the bullet there. I couldn't help but feel something a bit odd about that. Assuming that the mystery cause in the boiler was grandfather, the deaths of 16 people had now been confirmed. There were 18 people on this island. That's me and 16 corpses. Canon-kun's. Oh yeah, where is he? Canon-kun's corpse was the only one I hadn't been able to confirm yet. Where could he be? What happened in the third episode for Canon? Did we find Canon corpse? According to because I remember that the second episode, Canon corpse got disappeared. Oh, but that's because he's the culprit, right? But he's gonna disappear again now? According to Kiri-san, he was killed while climbing out of the well and fell down onto it, into it. So with the well closed up like this, it was impossible to check. I tried shining a flashlight through the bars down into the dankness in the depths of the well. But it seemed that the jet black dankness had no intention of showing me its innermost depths with this inadequate light. It looked like I'd have to break the bars after all. Can you do that? Using the hatchet and things I dragged out of the boiler room and the gardening shed, I tried breaking the cover of the well. Bonk! But the metal bars were extraordinarily sturdy and breaking them wasn't easy. I hit them with the hatchet over and over until my hands started feeling weird and eventually gave up on breaking them. Okay, so they did not come out from there. Cool. Wait, so what happened? So, okay, we're gonna play prank. Nanjo-san, Shannon-jan, please stand here. Yep. And, maybe close your eyes. And then, bang. I guess. That's weird. Yeah, let's stand in the middle of the rain. Lamau. What? If they were at least wood, I might have been able to break them. But it's metal. Yeah, there's no way you can slice through metal bars like butter with a human strength. I can't even begin to understand the story about how Canon-kun cut through the metal bars. It was a lie. He told me that like a laser beam grew out of his arm. Star Wars? And he used it to slice through the metal bars like a knife through butter, cutting through metal bars like butter. And what's with the laser beam? Does that mean he snuck in a burner or something and used that to burn through the bars? Still, just what kind of laser could cut through metal bars like butter? Laser? It sounds exactly like the kinds of laser beams that showed up in those robot anime I loved as a kid. Does stuff like that actually exist? And how did Canon-kun get the laser beam? As much as I want to ask him, he's already been killed. Or did he? Plus, even his corpse is now at the bottom of the well, beyond this cover. If Canon-kun managed to slice through those metal bars, I'm sure he could handle this metal cover in a single swing. It kind of feels like a locked room just now, with Koda-san locked inside the gardening storehouse, holding the key. Only one person can open the door, but they're locked inside. If only I had the power of Canon-kun's, I could do something about this cover myself. I become magical boy. Dots. Oh my god, there's so many reading. There's no voice acting at all. Just who is Canon-kun? He could really be an inhuman being capable of using a strange power, right? Even Kiri-san told me to believe in witches, and I've also met an insane woman calling herself one. Yeah, but she didn't show you magic, so could Canon-kun possibly be a human on the witch side? Or else, the culprit? What the heck? Am I gonna start treating him like a culprit just because I can't find his corpse? No, it can't be. I love him. No way.
死体がないだけで犯人扱い。
Oh, thank God, that's voice acting.
疑わしきは白だとほざいたのは誰だったの？よかろう。カノンに全ての犯行を押し付けて人間犯人説にされてはかなわぬ。
Oh, thank you.
わらわが赤にて保証する。
Thank you.
カノンは死亡している。
Where is he? Why can't you just tell me? Where is he? Oops, sorry, wrong button. Okay, you know what? Let's save first before it crash or something. There we go. Couldn't you just tell me where he is? Batara could not discover his corpse. Killing him with magic is already well, but without a corpse, he will cool. Inevitably be a suspect, truly anti-fantasy, which is why I guaranteed his death. The late truth, truly anti-mystery. What? How did he die? Where is he? Why can't she just tell me where he is?
キリエつまり
Oh, sorry. Again, please.
疑わしきは白だとほざいたのは誰だったの？よかろう。カノンに全ての犯行を押し付けて人間犯人説にされてはかなわぬ。
Yeah, but maybe the culprit killed themselves in the end, right?
わらわが赤にて保証する。
I mean, just because he's dead now doesn't mean that he's not the culprit, Tamao.
カノンは死亡している。キリエたち5人の中で一番最初に死亡した。つまりは9人目の犠牲者というわけだ。
Fair enough.
死体がない以上カノン君が死亡しているとは断言できない。
わらわが赤で囁いたところ、駒であるそなたには届かぬ。
Oh, what did he say? Oh.
だがそなたに届いたよな。
It did. My waifu. It did. Okay, so far not too hard, I think. At a glance, this appeared to be a mass murder committed using something strange that could only be thought of as magic. Golden threads that attack through keyholes. No, we even had testimony that something gold had flown around the dining hall during the first 6 murders. The two may have been the same weapon. Then there was the locked room murder of the garden shed and the laser beam that could cut metal bars. Okay, but if he cut those, then why is he still there, right? And that wasn't all. There was much more, like the group of god monsters, the talk of a witch who could create pitfalls just by snapping. Stanley, hello, are you doing well? Just by snapping her fingers, the rabbit you say, demons who had fired golden threads. I think there were more, and each and every one of them was ridiculous. I couldn't possibly accept it, and was forced to suspect that there was some kind of trick or mistake. Am I mood? What? Was I mood all along? Hello? I can hear myself. Okay. Why does this happen many times? Okay, anyway. Oh, wrong button. What happened? Whoa. The talk of a witch who could create pitfalls just by snapping her fingers. The labyrinth-like demons who had fight. Oh, wait, is it? Oh, it's auto-scrolling. Okay. By snapping her fingers, the labyrinth-like demons who had fired golden threads. I think there were more, and each and every one of them was ridiculous. I couldn't possibly accept it, and was forced to suspect that there was some kind of trick or mistake. But why in the world had everyone spoken with one voice, saying the same thing without contradictions in their testimony? They were in on it all along. It's not on the magic. Maria's mysterious death. Jessica somehow knowing that Georgie and Aniki had been killed. The mysterious burn cause, which I couldn't confirm, actually belonged to my piece of crap grandfather. And more. But wait, there's more. Oh, stuff I just don't get. I tilted the bottle and gulped it down noisily. Nom nom nom. Okay, it's good now. Okay, hello, I hope you're doing well. I didn't have a clue what was going on. After dinner last night, we kids were shooed out of the mansion and told to go back to the guest house. And then there was a massacre in the dining hall. Kide-san and the rest were dropped through pitfalls and captured. Then Jessica and Georgie Aniki were called out to a test or whatever and killed. Kide-san's group managed to escape the dungeon somehow, but all of them were killed in the end. Oh wait, it's happening again. You can only listen to me for 2 seconds and it cuts off. How does that happen? Okay, I didn't try for that long maybe, so I'll listen to myself for a bit. But what the? I can't. Give me a minute. Okay, I still have sound from my end, from Twitch, at least. And at the very end, very end, even Maria was killed, leaving me all alone. In short, I had done nothing except be locked up in the guest house. During the time, a huge incident had occurred and ended before I knew it. What could I call it except incomprehensible? I don't have a clue anymore.
もう俺はただの食欲魔人なんだぜ。俺だけ生き残らせるつもりかよ。とっとと姿を現して殺しに来いってんだ。もう面倒だからこっちからは探さねえぞ。
Him.
そっちから正体を見せやがるってんだ。俺は逃げも隠れもしねえぞ。矢でも鉄砲でも持ってきやがれ。
Yeah, I told him. I haven't had any sleep since yesterday and I'm tired as all get out. You wanna kill me? Be my guest. Fight me like a man. 1v1 me, bro, in Battlefield. I decided to return to the guest house and boldly rest on the bed. As I exited the kitchen and passed through the lobby, the portrait of the witch came into view. It's no more another streamer. Maybe because I have too much bitrate? Maybe? The big clock did too. At the very moment, it was exactly midnight. And the sound of the bell, proclaiming that it was midnight, rang out. And I listened. I looked up at Beatrice's portrait. Exactly 24 hours ago, I met you. What were you trying to say to me? And where did you go? Just who in the world are you? Okay, I'll have to turn my own Twitch to see what happened. Golden Witch, Beatrice. I haven't solved a single one of the leaders surrounding you. Show yourself. Oh, wrong button. And fight with me. 1v1 me, bro. Then the witch showed herself. What wrong, witch? Like a guest of honor finally appearing, she showed herself on the landing at the top of the big staircase.
ようやく姿を現しやがったな。丸一日退屈させられてたところだぜ。
そうだ、丸一日を与えた。人間側の権利行使は十分。
ああ、退屈だったんでな。存分にやらせてもらったぜ。
Oh, good.
エンジェは良い駒であったな。
Don't call my sister a beast.
エンジェの名はお前が口にするんじゃねえ。
あれ
True.
は奇跡によって現れ、自らを生贄にしてそなたに絶対の勝利の執念を与
エンジェの名を口にするな。
えた。あの無残な死はそなたにとって必要なもの
You know what?
だ。
True.
あの死を見なければそなたは本気にならない。エンジェの幸薄き未来を自覚しなければそなたに勝利の執念は生まれない。
エンジェの名を口にするなと言って
Oh,
いる。
she did say that.
つまりは必要な生贄だったというわけだ。そうでなくてはそなたにわらわを殺すほどの怒りは生まれない。わらわとそなたの拮抗が崩せない。ベルンカステル教名、これは駒ではないわ。切り札と呼ぶがふさわしい。
Trumpies.
駒はどれほど活躍しようと盤上を離れることは。しかし切り札はどんな力を発揮しようとも切れば確実に捨てられる。
Ooh.
エンジェはそなたにとって実に良き切り札だったのだ。
That's a good line.
エンジェの名を口にするんじゃな。
And Butter's outburst of rage. Better finally stop talking.
俺はな、こんなところで遊んでる暇はもう一切ねえんだ。引き分けすらもエンジェを待たせてる。俺はな、お前を打ち破り家族を連れて家に帰るんだよ。てめえと魔女ごっこで遊んでる暇は1秒たりともありはしない。
なら
True.
どうすればよいか分かっている。
ああ、
Ah.
お前をぶっ倒す。魔女も魔法も幻想も妄想も全て俺がぶっ飛ばす。
Yeah.
さあ、おっ始めようぜ。もう二度とごまかさせない。
This time for sure.
ゲーム再開だぜ。
Oh.
お前という嘘っぱちを追う魔女のベールを俺が引き裂いてやる。
Macho no way. Okay.
長いわ。
True.
素直に一言わらわを殺してやると言えばよい。
Well, you talk too much as well, Batterigi. Stop yapping, you guys.
ああ、その言葉をお望みなら言ってやるさ。俺が聞いてやるお前の望みで最初で最後のものだ。
感謝する。
お前を
Oh, wow.
お前を殺す。
I like how it's off. I assume it's the patch.
始めようぞバトラー。
Is he gonna like disappoint me? Okay, thank you so much, Stanley, for the legs. Oh, I can't hear myself as well. My browser encountered an error. Oh, interesting. Wait, maybe it's actually me. So let me do something, but I don't know if it's gonna help. Okay, no idea. We'll see. On my end, it's like the browser it says failed to decode stuff, so maybe that's what happened. I lowered the bitrate by 1,000, so hopefully it helps.
さあ魔女狩りの時間だ。わらわを追ってみろ、追い詰めてみろ、殺してみろ。わらわはそなたに期待している。妹の最後がそなたに何を与えたのか、それをわらわに見せてみよ。
Yeah!
上等だ
Yeah! Of course. Of course. But a scribe burned the world with a white light, and when one's eyes were open to the brilliant light, the two of them could be seen in a lost garden. Ooh.
先手はどちらから。
Me?
俺だ。
潔し。
Thank you. He's me. Why is it so orange? The lost garden where beautiful lost petals danced. The color of those lost petals was red with blood. Was that a proof or simply a crime that the two of them facing each other in this beautiful lost garden was the late and only truth? That must be why the roses are red, violets are blue. You killed my sister, so prepare to be killed? Well, that doesn't rhyme. But in the language of flowers, roses are passion, not truth. The flower for truth is a forget-me-not. The flower is blue. Oh, so that's why it's a blue truth. Okay, that's cool.
俺の青き真実で全てをうがつ。全ての一番最初から一番最初のゲームから始めるぜ。
Yeah!
よかろう。そなたのお手並みを拝見しよう。来い。
行くぜ。すでに宣言済みだが、もう一度言う。
So let me check something real quick. It still doesn't work, is it? Okay, sorry about this. Let me try something again. Well, this is weird, but let's continue for now.
こいつは前回のゲームの南條先生の殺人だけじゃないぜ。一番最初からのあらゆるゲームのあらゆる場面を切り裂ける。
Ooh, shot! It crashed. Cool. Okay, again, please. I saved, but wow, it was really long.
カノンは死亡している。切り得
Okay, let me skip through this, thank you. Let's go. Go.
わらんだ。
Okay, I'll just skip if I can. Let me in. Ooh.
わらわが彼ささやいたところで駒であるそなた
Okay,
に
how do I skip? There we go.
エンジェは良い駒であった。
あ
Okay, there we go.
あ、後ろ宮金蔵はすでに死亡している。
What? No way! Why? He's gonna say that.
よって島の本当の人数は17人。そこに未知の人物 X が加わることで18人となっている。
Okay, that's probably not what happened, but I think he's covering the bases.
この人物 X の存在の過程によって17人全員にアリバイがあっても犯行は可能になる。これにより人間の数18人を満たしつつにもかかわらず違憲18人全員にアリバイがあっても犯人 X の存在と犯行は可能になる。
You can break through all the murders in episode 1 by supposing an unknown person X. Furthermore, it's even possible to explain the mystery of Kinso's evaporation from the locked loom sealed by the deceived by making the bold assumption that Kinso wasn't there from the beginning. Unless Beato countered this with the late truth, the rich illusions of episode 1 would be completely smashed. The blue truth was valid. What's going on? The wedge of blue truth that Batola had released stabbed right through the top of Beato's left foot. Oh. Was the lead blood that poured out from there her defense in the late truth? Beato shut one of her eyes tight, enduring the unbearable pain from the wedge of blue truth that denied her.
悪くない。だが、まだまだわらわは否定されてはおらぬ。この程度では足りぬわ。
How did that happen?
続くゲームでは、それだけで説明できる謎があるぞ。
What would that be?
どの謎だ？
第2のゲームの終盤で。ジョージがゴーダとシャノンを引き連れ、夏日の部屋に立てこもり、殺された。
Georgie, wait, what? The second game as well? Oh god, I hope I can remember that. Oh wait, the second game, I think Shannon is the culprit, right? She faked her death, and Losa stopped Batola from examining Shannon's corpse. There we go.
夏日の部屋を解錠した鍵は室内に閉じ込められ、残るすべての解錠可能な鍵はローザの手にあった。犯人 X が存在しようとも、密室構築は不可能なはず。
But they can lock their own loom inside. Lamau, they lock and they die, or quote unquote die. What? The blue wedge piercing Beato shook. She was insisting, fighting to push it out.
いや、俺の青き真実は揺るがない。犯人 X がマスターキーを入手していれば、あれは密室でも何でもないんだ。
She can say no, right?
いや、入手は不可能だぞ。
Okay, fair
マ
enough.
スターキーすべてはローザが管理した。
Okay, that's good. Okay.
だが、ローザおばさんが共犯であったなら何の意味もない。
True, but I don't think she's the one who locked the room.
ローザおばさんは犯人 X に何らかの方法で鍵を渡し、密室殺人を幇助した。
I wonder if she does that as some murder.
そしてその後、同様の方法で鍵を回収したんだ。
Oh, there was Jessica Loom, right? That I think that there's a shenanigan with some keys.
甘いぜベアト。こんなのは当時の俺もすでに推理している。
そうであったな。
Oh, wow, it looks gruesome. Oddly enough, they don't show Beatrice's body, but I guess it would be too gruesome for us. The witch that had been gradually losing its brilliance and seemed as though it was about to come out. Oops, sorry, I bonked the mic. I bonked it really hard. Again, it's strong blue again, thanks to Batala's additional blue truth, and dug into Beato again, eating into her foot. Beato let out a moan of anguish at the pain of it. No, waifu, no.
まだだ。
It seems like a boss fight, but it's like spec up the lines, right? Like it's not a real boss fight. or something. It's a subversion or something. It looks like a boss fight, but it's not a boss fight.
まだ答えぬ。まだだ。まだだ。
まだだ。
さらに続けて6連結の連鎖ミス
Oh, she's not gonna.
ローザおばさんとマリアの殺人、親父たちのホールでの死亡、クラウスおじさんと夏日おばさんの殺人。
She's not gonna deny that. I feel like she could do that, right? Like I feel like no, there was no master key involved, but she's like, nah, whatever. I guess.
その全てはエヴァおばさんを犯人に仮定することで説明可能だ。
Third game, 6 Link Lock Room, murder of Anlas and Malia, death of Dead others in the hall, and the murder of Uncross and Anasuhi. Wait, I don't remember. What was my theory on the 6 people dying in a lot of rooms?
これは当時すでに論破済み。それに対しお前がエヴァを通して出題してきた最後の南條先生殺しも18人目の未知の人物 X で説明可能。
Oh, that one. Right. Eva says everyone is dead and she goes like one by one name. But I think what happened was that maybe Eva killed Nanjo and she herself got killed as well. So it's technically correct that she's dead. Or the true culprit was dead right then. Like at the time they were saying the late truth. But because Pastorale didn't ask, like, okay, but what about the status of everyone before Nanjo is dead, right?
これで第3のゲームまで全て打ち破ったぞ。
I feel like that was
反論はあるか。
probably like a dirty trick, word trick. Hear me?
無論この程度答えはせぬわ。ならばゲストハウスからのジョージの失踪はどう説明するというのか。
This what did I say about that one? A ladder? Or did he just climb down like a SEO auditoria?
赤き真実を追加しよう。
Oh.
ジョージはゲストハウスの階段を降りてはおらぬ。
Okay, so he went off the window.
窓から飛び去ったのだ。
I don't think he has to fly, but okay. In the final stages of the third game, Georgie suddenly vanished from the second floor of the guest house. Eva, who had been on the first floor, claimed that no one had come downstairs. Sorry, which game was this again? Which episode was this? Okay, third episode, right? And Eva is the culprit, so there you go. But if, as the Blue Truth claimed, she had carried Krause and Nasuhi's corpses outside, there was the possibility that Georgie could have secretly gone downstairs during that gap in time and escaped. Oh wait, the Red Truth says he didn't go through the stairs. Okay, fine. He went through the window. Cool. That's it. But by adding on to the Red Truth, Berto had disproven that to go outside without going down the staircase to the first floor, he would have had to leave by the window. Yeah, nothing wrong with that, right? It's just second floor or something. But all of the windows were locked from the inside because someone else locked them. There we go. Problem solved.
だからなんだ。お前の言葉通りだぞ。窓から飛び去ったんだろ。下へ飛び降りても芝生じゃわからないし。あの大雨だ。多少の痕跡なんて消えちまう。
赤き真実を繰り返す。外部へ通ずる窓も扉もすべて内側より施錠されていたぞ。しかもそれらの施錠はすべて外側からは不可能。
Someone else locked them. That's it.
ジョージには施錠する術はない。
Would Georgie getting out of the guest house benefit Eva as the culprit?
青き真実を繰り返す。当時の俺も言っているぜ。ならばジョージの兄貴が窓より脱出後、誰かがそれを施錠すればいい。
Oh, he did. She did he? Wait, did he die? I think he died. At the time. Okay, was it Eva? I guess so. Was it a servant? No, there was no servants in the guest house in episode 3, right? Like they got killed first, so fast.
何も難しいことはない。
It burns.
この程度ではあがけぬかあがけぬか。
Beto could remove the blue witch that was buried into her foot. The fake witch was burned more and more by the strong blue. Oh. Burn the witch. I see. At the stake, no less.
第3のゲームまでの全てにおいて青き真実は未だ揺るがない。
Which one?
ならばお前が魔女であることを証明する唯一のゲームは今回の第4のゲームだけってことになる。
わらわが赤き真実にて反撃していない以上そういうことになるわ。この度のゲームでのみ魔女を証明せねばなるまいな。よかろう存分に来るがよい。
Okay.
食堂の6人殺しについて不審な点はない。18人目の X が銃を乱射してみんなを殺した。
Yeah, I guess so. I agree, true.
落とし穴については実際に落とし穴が本当に隠されていた可能性もあるし、
And that's where we disagree, my boy.
キリエさんの仮説であ
Oh,
る
wow.
瞬時に混沌させる毒矢の発射装置 X の過程でも説明可能。
Okay. He believed in poison but not sleeping pills?
ジョージの兄貴ジェシカ、そして地下牢から脱出したメンバーの殺害も食堂と同じで銃によるもの。不審な点はない。
Okay.
だが分かってるぜ、反撃があるんだろ。
I don't know what that would
来い
be.
よ。
そなたの最大の刃である18人目の X は金蔵がすでに死んでいるとの仮説に立脚している。そう来ることはわらわも分かっている。だから金蔵を書斎より出した。
I say in red, I dare
こ
you.
の金蔵を親族会議の全員が迎えたぞ。親族会議に居合わせた全員が金蔵の存在を認めた。
What? Really? Is it a fake Kinso?
そうだな。だがじいさまはずっと視線をさまよって寝込んでいた重病人ってことになってるぜ。
Well, that wasn't confirmed in red, so I wouldn't know.
やつれてて別人に見えちまってもみんな気にしないかもな。
What? What do you mean? Fake person?
俺はこう返す。そのじいさまは別人の替え玉だ。親族たちがじいさまと見間違えた別人だ。
That's fair, I guess.
ならばわらわはこう返す。すべての人物は後宮金蔵を見間違わない。
What about by heart? What?
いかなる変装であったとしても後宮金蔵を見間違わない。
Acknowledge the existence of Kinso. Does that actually just mean that, yeah, I accept that there is Kinso in this world, but it doesn't mean that they thought that the guy in the dining room was Kinso? I don't know. It sounds like a wordplay to me. It sounds like the same technique that Eva Beatrice used in the last, like the last late truth that she spewed to us.
ならばこう返す。お前は第一のゲーム時では5本以上存在することになっていたマスターキーの本数を第2のゲーム時に赤き真実で5本と宣言することで以後のゲームの設定変更を行っている。
Okay, let's move on.
同じことで第4のゲームにおいて 金蔵の生死の設定が変更されている可能性がある。
Nah, I kind of disagree about that. I think things that happened before October 1986 should be fixed, right?
よって第4のゲームの金蔵の存在をもってそれ以前のゲームでの金蔵の存在を証明することにはならない。よって食堂での6人殺しはじい様が自ら執行したと仮定しても何の矛盾も生じない。
Okay, but then, well, if you say that, but what about the 18? Oh, the 18 people. Cool.
ならばこう返そうぞ。4つのゲーム開始時の金蔵の静止設定は全て同一である。
Oh, that's good. She did not confirm, but
第4のゲームのみ設定が異なることはない。
so was he alive all along?
SoraYuki
No, it must be a wordplay.
各ゲームの開始時に金蔵は生存している。
復唱拒否。
Oh, so he's dead. What? What about acknowledging? Okay, I guess it's the same as I said. Like they acknowledge that he exists, but whatever else, whatever.
答えぬよバトル。わらわはそなたに望まれて赤き真実を答えはせぬ。
くそじじいね。俺の前に立ちふさがりやがる。
Just don't care about that. Just assume that he's dead. And
我
move
が
on.
最愛の魔女ベアトリーチェを守るために体を張ってやがるってのか。
Okay, admittedly, that's pretty good line, I guess. Dramatic is what I'm saying. My goddamn granddad wavered into vision. Huh, is he trying to be some kind of knight, blocking the way between me and the queen, Beato? Oh wait, the king. What?
バトラよ、お前にこのわしが超えられるかな。
Yes, I can. What?
至らせぬ、至らせはせぬよ。黄金の魔女の高みにはな。お前の浅はかな推理など私一人を超えることもできぬわ。死ねえ。
Whoa, you're gonna kill your own son. Oh wait, well, story-wise, you killed everyone in your family. Oh. Henshin! What is this? Boss fight? Let me show you my Liu form. My final form. Or something. Kinza's jet black cape spread as though it would swallow the world, becoming the snout of a vast black dragon which came at me trying to swallow me in one mouthful. As I face the roaring of the black dragon, I calm my breathing and close my eyes
お
lightly.
前なぞ一息に飲み込んでくれるわ。
I'm not into that. Get off me.
消え去れ、未熟者め。
黙りな死に損ないの亡霊め。
Ooh.
ほう、わしを亡霊呼ばわりしてみせるか。
Oh, you dare approach me.
あくまでもわしはすでに死んでおるとする仮説を貫くか。それがお前の命取りよ。第4のゲームの第1の番にて闇に飲み込まれて消え去るがよい。
Never! The black dragon's vast mouth, its snout, its fangs threatened to swallow Batola whole. In that instant, Batola suddenly opened his eyes.
ありがとうよベアトリーチェ。お前の第3のゲームが俺の反撃の足がかりとなる。
What?
何
Okay, I have no idea what you're talking
あば
about.
よクソじじい。
Old bastard.
こいつでお別れだぜ。俺は金蔵死亡説が第4のゲームでも主張できる根拠として以下の仮説を提唱する。
Okay, tell me more.
よかろう。存分に来るがよい。我が末裔よ。
Damn, best anime boss fight so far.
行くぜクソじじい。金蔵の名は 後宮家当主の称号として引き継がれているという仮説だ。
Really? Eva Battery's loot? But but there wasn't anything about Battery name alone as a title, right?
後宮金蔵はすでに死んでいる。
There was, but they didn't use Battery as a title for crimes, right?
そしてその名を誰かが継承した。
Can you do that? That's not fair.
全員が承認した。それにより親族会議に居合わせた全員が金蔵の存在を認めた。
Hello, my name is Kinso now.
じいさまの変装をする必要さえもないのさ。
I guess so.
一同が新しい金蔵を認めたのだから。
So it's not the name, it's a title. That's cheating.
よって見間違えるわけもない。以上の仮説が否定されない限り、お前が死んでいるという事実は
Okay, I think this is the if this is true, I think this is the worst mystery point that I've seen so far.
これでとどめだぜ。クソじじい、お前に復讐要求だ。
Oh.
全人物の中で異なる複数の名前を持つ人物は存在しない。 Wow, you turn into a dragon just to die? Come on. Is that second final form? 安らかに眠りな。クソじじい、感謝しろよ。お前やっと死ねたんだぜ。こいつが引導だ。食らってくたばりな。
Yeah, take that.
後宮金蔵はすでに死亡している。そうさ、あんたは気の毒だよな。その死体が見つかる場合、いつも丸焼けだ。
True.
それは死後が経過している死体であることを悟られないための工作なのさ。
It took you a long while to realize that.
そしてその名を誰かが受け継いだ。以上の仮説でてめえは死亡しているにもかかわらず、金蔵は親族会議に登場することができる。
Wait, if that's true, does it mean that the headship was actually transferred into someone else before the conference already?
どうだよ、これだ。チェックメイトだ。
Checkmate! Oh my god! Ooh, that's gruesome. Several dozen blue stakes poured into Kinso's ghost. Their terrible destructive power would never permit the ghost to lay cover.
あとリーチ
Liquid cut in pache. Oh, that's a nice effect.
今日までありがとう。安らかに眠れ。そなたとの日々も忘れぬ。
God, it looks so good. Dispersing along with the shadow of the black dragon as golden flower petals scattered, Ushinomiya Kinso became a gold-colored cyclone and disappeared. Even after death, you fought for the sake of the woman you loved. Your love and madness were, without a doubt, the real thing.
バトラー。
恨むな。死者は眠らせろ。起こすな。次こそは。これでお前も最後だ。
Your turn to die, Lamau. Beatrice still couldn't put out the blue wedge that pierced her foot. Beatrice realized that she was on the verge of death.
お前には
It's just
随
the
分
foot.
と付き合ったぜ。お前の遊び相手としての義理は十分果たしたはずだ。だが そろそろお片付けの時間だぜ。家で寂しがり屋の妹が待ってるんだ。
True.
家族揃っておいとまさせてもらうぜ。
ならば殺せ。ならばわらわを殺してみせよ。逃げも隠れもせぬ。今や避けることもかなわぬわ。来い後ろ宮バトラー。
She shout the thing.
おう、金蔵死亡説による18人目の X により残り全てを貫く。第4のゲームにおけるジョージの兄貴とジェシカの死も X が犯人で説明できる。地下牢から逃げて殺された5人も園芸倉庫の2人も最後のマリアも全て18人目の X で説明できる。
Are you gonna steam low with just that culprit X alone? Oh god. So we don't we are not they're not gonna like answer what actually transpired in the game. Sorry, visual novel, is it?
何もおかしなことはない。以上にて全てのゲームにおける犯人の説明を人間にて完了する。
Good job, you.
ベアトリーチェ、これでチェックメイトだ。
Oh my god! What is it? It looks like a badly done, like low cost 3D games or something. Several brute stakes were driven into Beatrice, who could not dodge, skewing her. Beato grabbed the stakes, trying to pull them out somehow.
食らっちまった。
Got him!
いてえよ。こりゃ死ぬな。こいつを引き抜かなきゃ死んじまう。
I don't care.
痛いのは嫌だ。辛いのは嫌だ。
With both hands, Beato firmly grasped one of the blue stakes. Oh, wait, blue. Oh, did I blue screen? Okay, naturally, the power of the blue truth to deny witches burned her hands. Unable even to hide her tears at the pain, Beato howled and tried to pull the stakes out with all her might. Where did the stakes coming from?
死んでしまう。これが最後の反撃ならバトラー、我が魔法の数々をどう説明するのか。
The lies.
一番最初に登場したのは第2のゲームにおいてわらわがマリアのかぼちゃのマシュマロを直してやった時だ。
Well, that's interesting things to bring up, I think.
この時ローザはその魔法を確かに目撃している。
Oh, well, Losa was in on it, so certainly Losa had witnessed gold butterfly scatter and fix a marshmallow by the miracle of magic.
ローザ一人の目撃では信憑性がないであろう。だからわらわはその目撃者を極限まで増やしたのだ。
Uppermost? I thought there was only like 2 people.
それこそが今回のゲームよ。
Oh,
我が眷属たちの召喚、そして魔法による虐殺、それらのすべてを大勢の人間たちに目撃させた。
let me guess, Butler would say, it was a mass delusion or something, so we're not gonna get any answer from
それ
them.
こそが我が魔法の存在する証明。これをどう説明するのか。後ろ宮バトラー。
ステイルメイト。
Really? Don't stalemate me? What?
魔法があるから魔法はある。
Are you kidding me?
そういう論法にはできないってのが 俺たちのブラウン管裁判のルールのはずだぜ。
Oh my god, do you wanna win or not?
そうだったな。
You're the one who stole Pastorale.
誰が何魔法を目撃しようともそれは魔法の存在の証明にはならない。
Okay, no, you're being stupid. Okay,
俺
cool.
はお前が見せてきた全ての魔法の存在するしないの遺憾にかかわらず、その全てを無視して人間で説明することができる。それは
That's fair.
俺の不可侵の権利である。違ったか。
At those words, the blue stakes let out an even brighter light, repelling my hands
や
away.
はり抜けぬか。
As Pastorale is now, even if I cited each individual piece of magic and demanded an explanation for each, he would probably use any means available to him to deny of them. Yeah, so no mystery was solved at all. It's just, yeah, I deny magic, and that's all I'm gonna do, Lamau. Not just the marshmallow magic that I showed Losa, but of my magical miracles. I can no longer even claim to be a witch without entering into debates about how something like a marshmallow was fixed. I am in such an inferior position that I am forced to fight over trivialities like that.
わらわは無理かもしれぬ。分かっている。もとより価値のなきゲームだったのだ。なればいつか敗れる日が来るのは当然のこと。わらわはバトラに敗れるためだけに今日までを戦ってきたというのか。勝てるかもしれないと始めたゲームだった。簡単には勝てなくても無限に繰り返すゲームの中でいつかは奇跡が起こると信じてた。
I feel like if I understand what she's yapping, I would understand her motive for making all these games.
何しろわらわには絶対に勝つという絶対の意志がある。
Okay, well, what happens if she wins?
しかし今やその奇跡は完全に失われた。そして絶対の意志はバトラに宿り、私には万一の奇跡も絶対にない。いや、奇跡も絶対もないが勝利はなく、引き分けによる終了もない。唯一許された決着、敗北を与えられるまで永遠と抗うだけのゲーム。そうさ、私は。
Okay, but she also gave all those hints through Lonaway and Valkyria. I'm so confused. It doesn't seem like she wants to win. Or maybe she wants to win, but under certain circumstances.
バトラに殺されるためだけに戦った。
I looked into Pastorale's eyes. It was not me inside them. Reflected in those eyes were the figures of the little sister waiting for his return and the family he had to bring back to her. He no longer sees me, even as an individual. Of course he doesn't. From the very beginning, he has been fighting to deny the individual. Sorry. Wow, this word is really hard to pronounce fast. The individual I am.
前回のゲームは面白かったな。
Oh, she's in love. Okay.
ちょっと騙しただけだったけど、ほんのわずかの間だけでも分かり合えたような感じになって面白かったな。
She just want to play? I'm confused. Here, let me kill everyone in your family and yeah, let's play with each other. I'm so confused.
そう
Oh, wow.
そこで手を打っておけばよかったんだよ。バトラがコロッと騙されたまま永遠に騙し続けてればよかったんだ。でもダメなんだよな。
Okay, so she loved him, I guess.
あれじゃ本当の勝ちじゃないんだよな。
これでチェックメイトか。
Maybe true victory for her is for Batola to remember who she was or is, I guess. You know, the remember your scene.
ベアトリーチェ
Run through with several bruised stakes, Beato was still in a standing position, skewered to the ground many times over, unable even to fall over because of this, and still looking up into the sky, she was soon in place. Her tragic form might have been a fitting end for the crew who had endlessly toyed with 18 people's lives, and who had killed constantly for hundreds and thousands of years. Gentry, as though someone was mourning for something, rain began to fall. Amid that rain, Beato was exposed to the elements, crucified.
終わりなのかベアト。
I hope so.
グーの音も出ぬわ。
まだだろ。お前はこの程度で終わる女じゃねえだろ。
無茶を言う。この姿がどう見たら終わっていないように見えるのか。
Yeah, now you're being extra cruel.
早くとどめを刺せよ。
My Batola is starting to remember her true
言
selves.
っちまえよ。お前の青き真実で以上により魔女は存在しないって言っちまえよ。その一撃で私の息の根を止めてしまえ。
ダメだな。
What?
ほう、わらわにこれ以上生き恥を。すでに決着はついておろうに。
立てよ。俺たちの殴り合いはまだ終わってない。
Where's the stake coming from? I'm so confused.
どうだ。
お前のそれは負けじゃない。もうやめたと投了しているだけだ。
いいではないかよ、投了で。それでそなたの勝ちだろうが、とっとと妹のところへ帰るがいい。
Yeah.
わらわなどこの場に打ち捨てていけ。
俺は言ったはずだ。逃げない。そしてお前を逃がさないとな。お前は何者だ。そして一体何が望みだったんだ。
それが知りたい。
Now you wanna know.
そなたの18番でも試せばよい。
Say in red.
いいではないか。ただの妄想幻想。それでいいではないか。
全然ダメだぜ。
No, you're my waifu.
俺はお前を逃がさない。俺はお前を打ち破る。このまま逃がしてなるもんか。お前をうやむやにしたまま幻想の暗闇に逃げ帰らせはしない。打ち破る。完全にな。だから立て。弱々しいふりなんかするな。
I thought she was standing with the stake.
お前はまだなんてか隠してる。俺にはわかる。
なぜおとなしく見逃してくれぬのか。
Because I know you. I know your real selves.
親父を、おふくろを、そしてエンゼを、いとこのみんなや親族のみんなを、そして使用人のみんなを、お前はあれだけもてあそんで殺した。その非道を俺は絶対に忘れない。許せ。俺の肩にはよ、まだエンジェの腕の感触が残ってるんだよ。俺はお前の非道を許さない。だからそんなことで
Battle's eyes burned with the flames of hatred. The days when I could earn his passion by appearing frail and now a matter of the distant past. Having been tricked once, Butler will never sympathize with me again.
狼と羊のパズルどころか、これじゃ狼少年だな。どうすればいいんだよ、わらわは。どうすれば。負けを認めぬためだけに無限に戦うのも、無限の魔女にふさわしき無限の拷問か。バトラに勝利を与えぬために無限に嫌がらせを繰り返すのもまた。悲しいな。こんなのが無限の魔法なのか。
I feel like there's a point to all those yapping, but I don't know.
嫌だ。魔女たちに無限に玩具にされるなんてもう嫌だ。
I feel like she gave up when Butler couldn't quote unquote remember your sin or something.
勝ちはなく引き分け終了もない。ならばわらわを解放してくれる結末は
She's gonna go
魔女の
full.
道に落ちた時から
She's gonna go full witches mode,
悪魔と
maybe.
契約をしたその日から末路は悲劇であると
Was
約
it?
束されていたではないか。
I don't know.
どうした黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェ。ロッケン島の支配者ならば最後もそれにふさわしい貫禄を見せてみろ。
Lightning. The world was smashed with white. Fitting last moments for the ruler of Lokenjima. Ha 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 ha. Oh. Okay, looking good. Still pierced by the blue stays, bared her face, the rainy sky, and let out a laugh. Then she slowly raised her face and fixed her eyes on Bartola.
愚か者め、そなたの健闘をたたえ、勝ちを譲ってやろうと思ったの。
Right.
安心したな。
それは譲られるものじゃねえ。お前から奪い取るものだ。お前だってそうだろうが。俺が魔女はいてもいいかななんて言い出す、そんな甘っちょろい勝ち方が納得できなかったから、前回はわざとああして最後にぶっ壊してくれたんだろうが。そうさ、俺は前回お前に一度情けをもらってたんじゃねえか。
True.
だからその借りをこれで返す。立て、俺の仇、俺の黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェ。
Aw.
バカがバカが愚か者が二度とチャンスがあると思うな。
Going Super Saiyan. Maybe. Final form. When Beto yelled, the blue stays that had been piercing her chest blew to bits and disappeared. However, the blue wedge that had pierced her foot in the very beginning did not disappear. Oh.
まだ抜けてないぜ。18人目の X の青き真実が抜けていない。
It's probably true.
そなたの復唱要求の一つに応じる。そなたの推理通り、全ゲームの開始時に金蔵はすでに死んでいる。
Oh, thank God. Whew.
しかし、ならばつまりは一人を抜かせばよいこと。わらわはこれまでこの島には19人以上の人間は存在しないと宣言してきた。
You did say that? Oh, you're gonna say there's only 17 people. Cool.
それを金蔵の分一人減らす。この島には 18人以上の人間は存在しない。
Yeah, but actually, there's only 15 people. The two people was a fake all along, Lamau. Please don't.
つまり18人目を含めるぞ。つまり18人目の X は存在しない。
Like, see, she's still doing this. No more than 18, no more than 17. She never confirms that there's 17 people or 16 people. Nuh-uh.
これは全ゲームに共通することである。
Maybe Nanjo was dead from the start all along, and we're just hallucinating him all this time.
Sora, 見ろ。やっぱりまだ。とんでもねえ奥の手を隠してやがったぜ。17人しか人間のいない島が18人と偽られてきた。それが1人減って17人になり、ようやく正しい数になったってわけだ。
Well, at this point, I'm not even sure if it's the correct number. That's the problem.
これだ。お前をぶち抜いていたくさびが抜かれたな。戦いはゼロから仕切り直しってわけだ。
Fight, 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 fight. The blue wage that has soon battle in place broke apart. There was no longer anything piercing battle. Deathtail, hello. Are you doing well? I'm doing well. The scars on her body had disappeared completely. There, just as Bartola had hoped for, stood the imposing figure of the Golden Witch, who lured Lokenjima.
さあ来いバトラ。
T-pose?
もう一度最初からだ。すべてについて青き真実で打ち抜いてみよ。
So, are we gonna fight for you?
わらわももはや遊ばぬ。逃げもせぬ。そなたが不甲斐ないならばこの勝負、この場にて決着してくれようぞ。わらわの譲り勝利にて妥協しなかったことを永遠に後悔させてくれる。
Then we're just waiting for gym time. Ooh, very healthy lifestyle. That's good, that's good.
さあ、第一のゲームからだ。
Alright, for first game.
おい、
Oh,
第一のゲーム、第一の番からだ。
they're gonna go through all of them?
最初の園芸倉庫で見つかった親族6人の殺人に不審な点はない。
Nothing strange. Their head got like clawed off.
アリバイのない誰にでも犯行は可能だった。
That's fair.
有効だ。続けるぞ。次のエヴァ夫婦の密室殺人はどうか。
What did I say the time? I think it was Kanon and Kenji. Go knock knock and be like, Ava, Hideyoshi, food. And they're like, oh, cool, okay, let me open the door. And then, oh, wait, no, that's not what happened. Okay, they opened the door a bit. The chain lock was set. And then Kenji and Kanon, cut the bolt, the chain, and then they assault the room and they die. And then when they were going to, they called to other people to go, come, look, they did. And be like, oh, wait, I actually have to cut the lock first. But actually, the chain lock was cut from the start.
チェーンまでかかった密室であったぞ。赤き真実を追加する。二人は他殺である。密室構築後に片方を殺害の後に自殺したのではない。
Still small and doing like crazy. It was so awesome. I see him.
また殺人は執行者犠牲者が共に同室して行われた。執行者が室外から殺害する手段は存在しない。
It's not a case of someone that commits suicide. Blah, 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 was carried out by the victim perpetrated in the same room. No matter. Yeah, we know.
犯人にはアリバイのない人間を想定する。それは死者だ。最初の6人の死体の中には顔面粉砕による身元不明死体が含まれる。
Wait, what about Canon?
これが実は偽装死体で、犠牲者のふりをして姿をくらました犯人 X が 2人を殺したとの仮説は可能だ。
He got distracted by the dead people in the shed, but actually, they don't have to fake their death at all. The servant can do it at any time they want, right? Because at the time, at Second Twilight, both like servants were separated from the family already. Damn it, Batula.
そして犯人は密室殺人構築後、ベッドの下に隠れ、俺たち全員をやり過ごしたんだ。
You what? Enjoy my day and have a good time. Okay, thank you so much. That's well.
よかろう、次だ。
It's actually near my sleep time, actually, so I'll probably have to go soon.
ボイラー室に至ったカノンが殺されたな。
I think so, Battery. I don't remember. It's been like 30 streams
赤
ago.
き真実を追加する。すべての生存者にアリバイがある。
Oh, because Canon is the one who killed
さ
himself.
らに死者も含めようぜ。
Well, I mean, he faked his own death. There we go.
島のいかなる人間にも死者にもカノンは殺せなかった。
Because he's the only one who's the demon stake didn't ram into his body.
誰にも殺せないなら、自分で殺したということはあるかもな。
Oh, I can't believe this. You have become so smart. I'm so proud of you, my boy.
カノン君は自殺かもしれない。
Okay, well, that's where we disagree. Cool.
副将要求。カノン君は自殺ではない。
カノンは自殺ではない。
You missed my money stream for you this morning because the episode even says that he's crazy. Me one for winter comes. I see. Yeah, the heat here is quite horrible as well. The temperature average at 35 degrees Celsius is horrible. Without air conditioner, I'll die. I'm gonna die from the heat. Kun did not commit suicide. Yeah, because he didn't die. He faked his
重ねる
death.
ぜ。副将要求。カノン君は他殺された。
副将を拒否する。
Okay, but there we go.
その拒否で他殺を認めることも可能だが、お前はすでに赤で誰にも殺せなかったと宣言している。
Repeat this in red. He's the culprit, Lamau.
つまり他殺ではないんだ。これは第3のゲームの連鎖密室と同じなのさ。カノン君は自殺でも他殺でもない理由で死亡したんだ。
Heart attacks?
状況は不明だが、事故死というわけさ。
Accident? Oops. I slipped my foot too slippery. It hurts. My head hit the floor, Lamau. What's going on here? 31st night dealing with 40? Ooh. What, the night is negative? How does it fluctuate that much? Wait, is it Fahrenheit or Celsius? I'm not sure now.
胸に杭がぶち込まれて死んでしまうような、どのようなドジを踏んで事故死に至ったかについての説明は
I
悪
slipped
魔の証明により説明拒否。
N4 and the stake was driven into my chest. Oopsie daisy, wow. Could have happened to anyone, yeah.
悪魔の力を身につけたそなたは今や敵なしだな。有効であるぞ。
What? No. 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 Please tell me you're just kidding me. No.
ならばその後の客間にての源氏、男女、熊沢の3名の殺人はどうか。
Celsius, the country is a mess including weather. Wow. Like 40 in the day and minus 30 in the night? I can't imagine.
無論同室していたマリアは殺していないぞ。そしてもちろん3人は他殺だ。
Money who was in the same mood that killed him. But yeah, Canon brandish his gun and go bang 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 bang. Full on
殺
Lambo
人を
mode.
実行したのは 身元不明死体で姿をくらました犯人 X で説明できる。
What? Who disappeared?
そもそもあの3人の顔面も粉砕されていた。
What about the murder being a culprit X who used an unidentifiable cause? Oh, you mean he right. Someone faked their death. I like how he doesn't apply that to canon.
どれかが替え玉死体の可能性は十分にある。
身元不明死体についてその身元を全て保証する。
Ah, there we go. Cool.
すなわち替え玉トリックは存在しない。
Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay.
ならば相打ち
Then
殺
we're
人
gonna
で
go
説
back
明
to
できる。
Okay, thank you so much for coming. I hope you have a good day.
3人はそれぞれに銃を持って時計回りに突きつけ、同時に相手の顔面を吹き飛ばした。
What? Why? Why would they do that? Batala! What's going
そ
on?
の後マリアがその銃を回収して隠した。
Yeah, those three just do that to spite you, Lamau. What?
これならどうだ。
Doda!
なんという暴論。
True!
気に入った。
I don't! No, don't let him do that! No!
ならば最後の夏日は
She got shot and then replaced the gun in her hands, I think.
赤き真実を追加。夏日は他殺である。身
Cool.
元不明死体は一切なく、生存者も全員がアリバイがある。
トラップ X による間接殺人で説明できる。
Trap?
夏日おばさんの銃に細工がされてたんだ。あの銃は構えて撃った人間のちょうど眉間に弾をくれてやるように作られた罠の銃だったとすれば説明できる。
How does one do that? Oh, it crashed. Cool. Okay, well, it is what it is. But it's a bit late, so I guess I'll end here for today. There was... that scene was something, huh? I feel like Battery is still, like, holding out. I guess that's the word. But yeah, anyway, that was fun. I look forward to the next time to continue the novel. But with that, allow me to edit here for today. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll be seeing you the next time. Please take care of yourselves and goodbye.